Hello. Have you heard? I've got a new invention. I know the sales will rocket. I've crossed a mink with a kangaroo. Oh boy, mink coats with pockets.
Yes, it's radio's famous poet Falstaff Openshaw with Falstaff's Fables. Transcribed Monday through Friday by Mars Incorporated, makers of Milky Way, the malted milk candy bar. Light, soft nougat, real malted milk, smooth, creamy caramel, all wrapped in extra thick, pure milk chocolate. When you crave good candy, have a Milky Way. Now, Falstaff Openshaw with Falstaff Jr. Ready, Falstaff?
Precisely why I am here. Shallst?
If you will.
Then I will't. Friends, you've all heard our neighbor program that's entitled Space Patrol. But hast heard my own air feature, which I shall call Ye Face Patrol?
Face Patrol, that's old stuff, Dad. I get it all the time. Ma's always checking on my face to look for signs of grime.
How true, my lad. She finds it, too, for it often seems that boys are largely just a march of grime, accompanied by noise. However, ere I turn our cosmic clock some centuries ahead, may I take half a minute and try to put in it some words that I think should be said? Hey, Mother, what you got for dessert tonight? If that's still an unanswered question, try Milky Way sliced, and I'm betting I'm right. You'll find it a tip-top suggestion. Yes, Mother, your family will love it. And tomorrow, I'm sure that they'll say, "Hey, Mother, what you got for dessert tonight? It better be Milky Way."
And now, Falstaff's Fable, Face Patrol!
The air was full of tension in the Face Patrol HQ. Buzz Fuzzy wasn't buzzing. Cadet Droopy's thoughts were blue. Said Buzz Fuzzy, "Droop, our Face Patrol keeps patrolling the face of the moon. But somehow tonight, our satellite don't grin like it ought to be doing. It's far from cheerful, it's almost tearful. So get out your jet ship Atomic, hop up there, kid, do what needs to be did. Tell her jokes, or perhaps read a comic." So Droop flew to the moon, found its grief very soon. It was just that the moon felt neglected. He brought a smile to its face, then he zipped back through space to report that the thing was corrected.
It was lonely, I found, so I moved things around with my jet ship like you'd use a bulldozer. I took Venus and Mars and some other big stars, and I pushed the whole bunch over. Closer.
Spoken rocket ships, Droop, you atomic age stoop. You've messed up your Face Patrol mission. Stars out of their courses will run round like wild horses. Here comes one. Stand by for collision. Said Buzz, "That's nice going. The moon's smile is showing, but the Earth kinda seems to be missing. Tell me one thing, you schmo. When we next do our show, who in heck's gonna tune in and listen?" Hickety-pickety, my black hen. She lays eggs for gentlemen. A waste of effort, I might say. Gents with sense want Milky Way. Good night.
Falstaff's Fable, starring Alan Reed, Sr. and Jr., with a rhyming hand from D.H. Johnson, is presented by Mars Incorporated, makers of famous Milky Way candy bars.
Yes, whenever you crave good candy, wherever our flags unfurled, always say Milky Way. Milky Way is out of this world.
Dick Tufeld speaking. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.
Hello. Have you heard? May I help you with the housework, Mother? I'll mop up the floor with you.
Yes, it's radio's famous poet Falstaff Openshaw with Falstaff's Fables. Transcribed Monday through Friday by Mars Incorporated, makers of Milky Way, the malted milk candy bar. Light, soft nougat, real malted milk. Smooth, creamy caramel, all wrapped in extra thick, pure milk chocolate. When you crave good candy, have a Milky Way. And here's Falstaff with Falstaff Jr. and another Falstaff's Fable, a Western saga entitled The Shooting of Pecos, Percey. Ready to draw, Falstaff?
Precisely why I'm here, partner. Shall shoot?
Shootest.
Goodest. Friends, in the cowboy days in the cow country, there lived an old cowpoke.
Excuse me, Dad.
What is it, lad? And I hope it's not a joke.
I just wonder, Dad. Western stories are full of cows.
As an old ranch hand, the truth of that I generously allows.
There's black cows, white cows, brindle cows, and cows as smooth as silk.
True.
Then why in heck in Western tales doesn't anyone drink milk?
That's a question, lad, that I can't answer. But it reminds me, here's a word from our Spencer. Do you crave a candy treat? Something smooth and fine and sweet? Well, there is good candy near, the chances are. Yes, somewhere not too far away, you can buy a Milky Way, the famous malted milk candy bar. Caramel and nougat add their bit. That thick milk chocolate makes a hit. Milky Way, it's the bar that's a star.
And now, Falstaff's Fable.
In the town of Deep Freeze Junction, where winter weather had no mercy, there lived a tough man, quite a rough man, by the name of Pecos, Percey. I'm so doggone tough, he used to say. I'll lick wildcats by the acre. I'll shot so many men dead, I'm 3 dozen ahead of the friendly undertaker. Now, just west of Deep Freeze Junction, amid the icy snow and sleet, there lived a youth who was just as uncouth. He was known as Squirt Gun Pete. A water pistol was all that he used. He was famous for miles as a fighter. When he killed you, folks said you were not only dead, you were also 3 shades whiter.
Blast my britches!
Said Squirt Gun Pete.
I'm gonna end this controversy. Gonna find out by test which one's the best. Me or you, Pecos Percey?
Why, I'm gonna kill you dead, Pecos Percey said Pete.
Ah, you father's mustache.
Percy's 6 shooters went bang. Their bullets sang. And Pete's water gun went kasplash. When the mist cleared away, on the icicles lay the body of old Pecos Percey. And Squirt Gun Pete stood unruffled and neat, quite certain the judge would have mercy. 'Cause all that he'd shot was water, you see, and the weather was cold as a freezer. The water all froze when it hit Percy's nose, and he died of a cold in the beezer. The man in the wilderness asked of me how many strawberries grew in the sea. I told him, sir, I cannot say. Who wants berries? Seen a Milky Way. Good night.
Falstaff's Fable, starring Alan Reed, Sr. and Jr., with a rhyming hand from D.H. Johnson, is presented by Mars Incorporated, makers of famous Milky Way candy bars.
Yes, whenever you crave good candy, wherever our flags unfurled, always say Milky Way. Milky Way is out of this world.
Dick Tufeld speaking. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.
Hello. Have you heard, said the eagle on the quarter to the buffalo on the nickel, doesn't that Indian on your back ever make you tickle?
Yes, it's radio's famous poet Falstaff Openshaw with Falstaff's Fables. Transcribed Monday through Friday by Mars Incorporated, makers of Milky Way, the malted milk candy bar. Light, soft nougat, real malted milk. Smooth, creamy caramel, all wrapped in extra thick, pure milk chocolate. When you crave good candy, have a Milky Way. And here comes Falstaff with Falstaff Jr. and another of his famous Falstaff's Fables, the Pied Piper of Hamlin. Ready, Falstaff?
Precisely why I am here. Shouldst?
Couldst.
Goodst. Tonight, my friends, I'm giving the real inside on the famous old piper who's best known as Pied.
Hey, Dad.
Yes, lad?
He was called a Pied Piper. What's the meaning of that word?
It means, you don't know the meaning of pie?
No.
That's absurd. To continue, my friends, tonight I shall tell...
Well, what does it mean?
It means oh, well, as I was about to remark in this play...
So you don't know what it means.
My lad, go away. I may know what pied means, and again I may not. But why talk of mere pie with the great treat I've got? Do you want a confection that's tops in perfection? Eat the bar you can't beat, Milky Way. That malted milk flavor does your palate a favor, and your tongue will say, boy, that's okay. Nougat and caramel complete it, but just wait till you eat it. Buy it and try it. Milky Way.
Now, Falstaff's Fable, the Pied Piper.
In Hamlin town, far, far away, the mayor told the folks one day, "Mein friends, mit rats we gotta worry. We've tried a dog, we've tried a kitten, but everywhere the rats is sitting. We gotta get 'em out and in a hurry." Then up spoke a stranger in the crowd.
Your Honor, if I am allowed, I've got a little scheme here that's plenty nifty. I'll play a tune on me doodle sack. The rats will follow and not come back. And my fee will be, well, let's say $7.50.
So the mayor agreed, and the piper played an old, old song of the piper's trade, an ancient, all but forgotten song of parting. He led the town's rats all away, but when he asked the mayor for his pay, "From me you don't get one lead nickel, not a farthing."
You mean you're welshing on this deal? All right for you, you big fat heel.
"So what are you gonna do, go get Petrillo?" But the stranger answered not a word. He played another old tune no one had ever heard. And every kid in town ran after the quaint fellow. Wherever they went, they never returned. And in Hamlin town the mayor's spurned. And as he weeps, his greediness he's cursing. The first time what that piper played, there's just one small mistake he made. He overlooked the biggest rat. That's me in person. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, but Peter Piper privately was heard to say, "Who wants to be pickled? I'd rather be tickled. Next time I'm going to pick a Milky Way. Good night."
Falstaff's Fable, starring Alan Reed, Sr. and Jr., with a rhyming hand from D.H. Johnson, is presented by Mars Incorporated, makers of famous Milky Way candy bars.
Yes, whenever you crave good candy, wherever our flags unfurled, always say Milky Way. Milky Way is out of this world.
Dick Tufeld speaking. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.
Hello. Have you heard the Thanksgiving turkey to the cranberry said, "I wouldn't be here today if I hadn't lost my head"?
Yes, it's radio's famous poet, Falstaff Openshaw, with Falstaff's Fables. Transcribed Monday through Friday by Mars Incorporated, makers of Milky Way, the malted milk candy bar. Light, soft nougat, real malted milk, smooth, creamy caramel, all wrapped in extra thick, pure milk chocolate. When you crave good candy, have a Milky Way. Now, Falstaff Openshaw with Falstaff Jr. and a special Thanksgiving fable. Ready, Falstaff?
Precisely why I am here. Shouldst,
Mightst.
rightst. Friends, have you ever wondered why we have turkey for Thanksgiving?
The turkey'd be more thankful if it was only living.
So true, lad.
Thank you, Dad.
But despite the fact that turkeys are the ones that get us stuck, we shall trace the custom way back to Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth Rock? Dad, aren't you losing your touch?
Go away, lad, before you get in Dutch. And before my story gets confused and altogether murky, let me take just a moment to really talk turkey. Want a treat that you can't beat? A taste that's pure delight? Then I say try Milky Way. Brother, it's just right. By all means try it. Make a note to buy it whenever you crave good candy. Beyond compare, sold everywhere. Get Milky Way. It's dandy.
And now, Falstaff's Fable.
There lived way back in Pilgrim days, when men shot blunderbusses, a gal who'd make most movie queens look sad as octopuses. Among the guys who cast their eyes on this fair maid Priscilla was Captain Standish, known as Miles. Said he, "Thou art a killer diller. The one thing I intendest to do is to makest her my intended, but I just can't ask her face to face. And phones ain't been invented. This is a spot I seest now, where help needs must be called in. I needs must workest some other jerkest. Ah, here comes my pal, John Alden.
Good morrow to thee, Captain Miles. I am at thine disposal.
Doest this for me, will you? Goest thou to Priscilla, and makest for me a proposal.
Priscilla, I'm here from Miles. I'm miles from here. Oh, gee, when thou lookest at me, my thoughts seem to strippest a gear.
I know what you meanest, Priscilla said. Come closer, thou poor silly creature. I never dreamt that you cared, but I'm all prepared. In the next room, I've got us a preacher. Said Alden later to Captain Miles.
Gee, pal, the next thing that I heard, she was saying, I do, and we were one instead of two. It lookest like thou got the bird.
Yes, I got us the bird, but in truth so did thou. But I can leave my bird when I may. From now on, you'll be sticking at home with your chicken. And that, my friends, is the absolute unvarnished lie as to why we have turkey today. "30 days hath September, April, June, and November. I'm not jealous. Let them have their days. Guess what I've got? Some Milky Ways. Good night."
Falstaff's Fable, starring Alan Reed, Sr. and Jr., with a rhyming hand from D.H. Johnson, is presented by Mars Incorporated, makers of famous Milky Way candy bars.
Yes, whenever you crave good candy, wherever our flags unfurl, always say Milky Way. Milky Way is out of this world.
Dick Tufeld speaking. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.
Hello. Have you heard, "Mother, dear mother, you know you're the one I love"? But our car is out of gas, so will you get out and shove?
Yes, it's radio's famous poet, Falstaff Openshaw, with Falstaff's Fables. Transcribed Monday through Friday by Mars Incorporated, makers of Milky Way, the malted milk candy bar. Light, soft nougat, real malted milk, smooth, creamy caramel, all wrapped in extra thick, pure milk chocolate. When you crave good candy, have a Milky Way. And here comes Falstaff with Falstaff Jr. and another Falstaff's Fable, The Brave Little Tailor. Prepared, Falstaff?
Indubitably. In fact, indubitably. Shallst?
By all means.
Thanks. Tonight I tell the tale of a tailor and the giant he went forth to hit.
Did he beat the giant?
Oh, definitely, lad.
Oh, I suppose he gave him a fit.
Yes, no, he did nothing of the kind. Nor any of the other jokes there in your mind. He didn't cut him out, sew him up, or even follow suit. though the way that he did do it was really quite cute.
Well, how did he do it? Would you care to tell?
Gladly, but first, I've got something to sell. For confection, that's perfection. For a treat at work or play. For delicious and nutritious, just remember Milky Way. Yes, sir, for a candy treat that's always grand. There's only 2 words you need say. And I know once you try it, you always will buy it. Remember those words, Milky Way.
Now, Falstaff's Fable, The Brave Little Tailor.
There was once a little tailor, before the days of window screens, who forever was battling insects that flew through his door in streams.
I'm gonna swat these doggone flies.
Said the tailor with a mutter, whereupon he sent 7 right off to fly heaven with 1 blow of his little fly swatter.
I killed all 7 with just 1 blow.
The little tailor cried, and the mayor out walking by chance heard him talking and thought it was men that had died. "Mein boy," said the mayor, "I didn't suspect you killed 7 men. That's stupendous. Have you heard of the giant that's been so defiant? Go kill him at once. He's tremendous." The poor tailor, he shook as his needle he took, and off to the giant he traveled. He found the big guy was 300 feet high, in a suit that was frazzled and unraveled.
I've come here to kill you.
The tailor confessed.
Though it's a job I regard with some loathing, let's us make a trade. Would you scram if I made a nice giant-sized suit of clothing?
It's a deal. Here's some cloth you can use. A tent from Barnum and Bailey. So the canvas was ripped up, the suit was soon whipped up, and the giant departed quite gaily.
The giant is gone.
The tailor told the town.
He's departed for England or France. How'd I make him pack? Why, I gave him a belt on the back, and also a cuff on the pants.
So now he's the town's leading hero, and a most successful youth. He's rolling in riches, and he says as he stitches,
You see, it sure pays to tell the truth.
"Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jump over the candlestick." That's a waste of time, I'd say. Settle down, Jack. Eat a Milky Way. Good night.
Falstaff's Fable, starring Alan Reed, Sr. and Jr., with a rhyming hand from D.H. Johnson, is presented by Mars Incorporated, makers of famous Milky Way candy bars.
Yes, whenever you crave good candy, whenever our flag's unfurled, always say Milky Way. Milky Way is out of this world.
Dick Tufeld speaking. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.
Hello. Have you heard, "Don't throw rocks at that stalk, mother. He'll never bring another like me"?
Yes, it's radio's famous poet, Falstaff Openshaw, with Falstaff's Fables. Transcribed Monday through Friday by Mars Incorporated, makers of Milky Way, the malted milk candy bar. Light, soft nougat, real malted milk. Smooth, creamy caramel, all wrapped in extra thick, pure milk chocolate. When you crave good candy, have a Milky Way. And here's Falstaff with Falstaff Jr. and a new fable, The Tale of the Engine and the Pullman Car. All aboard, Falstaff?
Precisely why I am here. Shallst open the throttle?
Why noddle?
Tonight, my friends, my tale concerns a little Pullman car.
Excuse me, Dad. Could you explain just what Pullmans are?
Gladly, ladly. A Pullman car contains berths, you see, and it travels from town unto town. The berths are 2 kinds, the uppers up high, and the lowers, their ones lower down. The lowers are higher, however, and the uppers are lower in price. In the morn, you get up from a lower and down from an upper. That's nice. And now I trust you understand just what Pullmans are.
Why, sure, all except one question, Dad. What's a Pullman car?
Mayhap 'twill come clear when I tell my tale. Meanwhile, while I'm here, may I make a small sale? When you're reading, when you're listening, when you're watching a show or play, here's the thing to add enjoyment. A delicious Milky Way. Every bite of its perfection is delightful, boy, I'll say. It's a pleasure for your leisure. It's the lovely Milky Way.
And now, Falstaff's Fable.
There was once a lady Pullman named the Gertrude Q. McPhee, a lovely little Pullman car with plush upholstery. There also was a locomotive by the name of 808, a big and husky engine with the job of hauling freight. They met, these two, as trains will do, upon the Santa Fe. The engine blinked his headlight, and he loved her right of way. He said, "My boiler sizzles every time I look at you. Oh, pretty Pullman, marry me, won't you? Choo-choo, choo-choo." But the Pullman shook her vestibule and said, "Go haul your freight. You are way beneath my station, you big, ugly 808. Well, years went by, and the Pullman car no longer looked so grand. They put her off beside the tracks to be a hot dog stand. Then along came good old 808 and stopped there with a hiss. Said the Pullman car, "Oh, marry me and take me out of this." "I'm sorry, Toots," said 808, "but your fancy I can't please. I'm wedded now to a red caboose, and we've got 3 young cabbies." So the Pullman sits now beside the tracks, a diner that no one thinks great of. Says she, "Oh, unhappy fate, I should have married that freight. What the heck was I ever afraid of?" Hippity-hop to the barber shop to get the stick of candy. Why go there? That's where they cut hair. There's a store with a Milky Way handy. Good night.
Falstaff's Fable, starring Ellen Reed, Sr. and Jr., with a rhyming hand from D.H. Johnson, is presented by Mars Incorporated, makers of famous Milky Way candy bars.
Yes, whenever you crave good candy, wherever our flags unfurl, always say Milky Way. Milky Way is out of this world.
Dick Tufeld speaking. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.